When using your slimline dies, you can always take your 6x6 paper pads and turn them into a 6x12 sheet by simply using some gift wrap tape to tape them together. I know it seems like a no-brainer, but I just wanted to throw this out there. So I know a lot of you have asked about additional 6x12 paper pads coming out, and I just wanted you to know that there are literally endless options with your Queen & Company 6x6 paper pads by just simply taping them together. And then once you cut them out and use your dies and start assembling them, you know, those little breaks in the paper like you see here are not going to be very noticeable at all, as long as you line up. So if this was going to be the front of my card, I would obviously line up these stripes, but because it was the waves, I lined those up before cutting this out. So now that I've cut out my two slimline dies, I'm going to attach them to my slimline card. And the dimensions of my slimline card, the actual paper is 8.5 by 7, and the folded dims are 8.5 by 3.5. Now that I have this nice long strip adhered to the side of my slimline card, I am now going to adhere this really great, I love this 3-circle cutout die in the Slimline Die Kit. There's great options when you check out the sketches on the back of the insert in that package. And you're actually gonna wanna cut out a couple of these. So I did this with the waves for the background. And then I also cut a white one out, which I'll use for a future project. So that's just white cardstock, because I'm gonna use 2 white circles to mask out that stripe paper in the background. And then I also cut out these really cute fish to go on the inside. So you are going to do a couple of more cutouts with this die here. Okay, so now you can see I went ahead and adhered the blue water cutout. And then I just wanted to show you, I put the white cardstock on top, and I'm going to put another one on the bottom. Okay, and there is the really great foundation for our slimline card. And now we are going to make our 2 fish shakers, and these are from the Under the Sea kit as well. And the really cool thing about this actual fish die, and I do have the outline die, is that you can use it either way. So I am going to use one facing left and one facing right to give my card a little bit more excitement. So you're going to pull off the protective backing over your double stick foam adhesive. All right, now that you have adhered your 2 foam shaker makers, you're going to peel out that center piece. And these little fish that pop out are adorable too. So don't forget, when you have certain shaker kits, some of the little inserts could be used as well. So for instance, if I wasn't going to make 2 shakers here, instead what I could do is have a solid fish on top and then a shaker on the bottom. So that's just something else to think about when utilizing all of the pieces from your shaker kit. Pop out the center of this one as well. And then we are going to start filling in our beautiful little fish shakers. I'm going to be using the sparkle squares. If you have not checked these out yet, they are really cool and still like the right amount of sparkle for a masculine card. So I'm going to add those sparkle squares. I'm going to add the orange ones as well. I pulled out the color palette, the orange, blue, and yellow that I was working with. So if you wanted to do a blue fish instead and throw some sparkle squares in there, you could do that as well. I'm also going to use some of these really cool seashells that are included in your kit. And don't forget that there are also topping refills available. So this is definitely one of those kits where these seashells are a really unique shaker topping. So you might want to check out getting the shaker refill for those. Okay, so now what you're gonna do is peel that the adhesive protective layer right off. And then add your piece of acetate. Make sure the orientation is correct. Once I have it adhered the way I want it, I usually go around and push it down with my finger tools just to make sure that everything is nice and sealed for my shaker. Now that I have my 2 shakers completed with my acetate, I'm going to go ahead and use the sheer glue. And you can put your sheer glue on your decorative die cutout. So let's go there. The nice thing about the sheer glue is because it's a wet adhesive, it gives you a minute to make sure it's lined up correctly. And you can also add your sheer glue to your acetate, which I like because it flows really nice and smooth on top of my acetate. And you're gonna do a really thin line and then stick down your decorative die. This little adorable starfish, which is also the decorative die for the sand dollar, is a really great accent piece for all of your under the sea cards. So I'm going to use these and I'm just going to pepper a couple of them on this side of my card. And I'm just adding a little sheer glue to the inside. There we go. And then using foundation die number 9, I went ahead and cut out this larger leaf die. And this is more like a leaf sprig. And I cut that out using the glitter foam, and that is going to be our seaweed. And the cool thing about using the glitter foam is you can actually move them around. I'm switching from green to blue, and as I'm sticking these on, I'm pointing the leaves towards the top of my card. So because I used the glitter foam, I was able to actually move the leaves in any position I wanted because it's flexible. So I made sure as like the flow of the seaweed that all of my leaves were facing up. And now what I'm going to do is just take little bits from this die and layer them in as well. I'm just cutting little portions out of the green and blue sprig and adding them to my seaweed border. All right, and now I have finished the seaweed border out of foundation die number 9 sprigs, as well as the adhesive glitter foam. And it made it really easy to layer because it already had the adhesive back. So I just wanted you to see a lot of fun can be had and really endless possibilities. I know I say that often, but truly a lot of really fun things can happen when you're layering up your glitter foam. All right, and now I cannot forget my tiny little eyeballs. Here we go. And I am just gonna do a little drop of sheer glue on each. Because my shakers are a little heavy, I'm just gonna stick a strip of red liner tape on each of my cardstock circles here where I'm going to be adhering my fish. And then I'm also just going to add a little bit of sheer glue. Not too much, just a little, so I know this guy's going to stay in place. Don't swim away, little fishy. And I'm going to go right about there. Apply a little bit of pressure. Super fun, super cute. Add a little bit of sheer glue with this one. Okay. Double shaker. And now we are going to add our really fun fishing you a happy birthday. And because it's a shaker card, this is the perfect time for you guys to whip out those extra pieces from all of your shakers that you save up and use these as your dimensional pop on your card. All right, I did a little cluster of the glitter foam leftover bits from my seaweed border there just to add another little focal point of sparkle. And I'm gonna hop into my Envy binder book. I've been wanting to show you guys my organization for a while, so I did spend the weekend going through and getting this all together. And I have my bling organized in rainbow order. And I also have a separate binder for my epoxy dots. So, you know, there's really no right or wrong way to organize. I am gonna use some of the sea stones. Now to go over to my blues and greens. I'm gonna grab my blue sea stones. And then I'm also going to run on over to the back here. And I wanted to do some water droplets. So you can use the clear epoxy dots, or you can also use your clear bubbles, which I thought would be really cute. And I am just going to pop on some little fishy air bubbles. Now I added the clear air bubbles for my cute little fish. And then I'm gonna use some of the beautiful sea stones. All right, and here is our finished product. We have our beautiful bling incorporated, our lovely, just adorable sparkle squares. So check those out. And I hope you guys really enjoyed this video. Thank you so much for watching.